Hey y'all. I just now hold on, I'm gonna send this link. I don't know if I hadn't got the chat pulled up either. Hold on. I just now got off my duty so I could get to the computer. Hold on. Okay, send that. Let me pull this chat up. Come on. Hey, Starlight. Where was this jury when Casey? I know, right? Crystal, Pammy B, Kimmy, Life Rewinded, My Love of Crafts, Angela, Schmatt, Mike, Alan, Charlie. Can you believe it? No, I can't. And listen, I have had um let me tell. I have had I've had a terrible day, a hard day, very, very hard day. And so, and I was anticipating, hey, Mama Stone, Alan, did I say hi to you yet? Biggie Fergs, Danny, is this Wendell? Yes. Alan, did I say hi to you yet?
Hey, let me shut you off on YouTube side. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, hey.
I told you so. I told you so. I knew it. I knew it.
I didn't know for sure, but here's what I did know. Here's what I knew.
I didn't expect no 15-second deliberation time though. That was new. I didn't know that was a thing.
No. Jim got off work and he's like, shouldn't there be somebody recapping today? And I'm like, let me go over here to oh gosh. Hey Candace, Kay Hoover. Did I say hi?
Emmy B was getting snacks ready for Verdict Watch. Well, looks like you're eating those by yourself, girl. There's no Verdict Watch.
Yeah. Hey,
the jury should have just told the judge, don't even send us back. We already know. Just cheer.
Just right. Where's Shannon? I missed Shannon's stream.
Huh?
I missed Shannon went live and I had to miss it. Jim comes in and he's like, let's see if we can find something to recap today. And so what is that channel? I said it today. Hey, Jerry, to Starlight. I keep wanting to say Vaxless for the Vaxless, but it's not her.
Voice for the Vaxless? Oh, Voice for the Voiceless.
Yeah, but it's not her. It's
Voices Behind the Wall. Voices. I think there's several.
It's not even a voice. It's not even voice. It's like victims.
Oh well, shit. I don't know then.
Victims or what is their channel? Huge ass channel. So hey, Wild, I was over there watching them, and no, not Queen, but it's like a huge channel.
Okay, nobody we know.
What the hell is their name? Somebody Surviving the Survivors. Thank you.
How am I supposed to get that from Voice for the Vaxless?
Don't know.
What the hell are you doing to me, Randy? How am I supposed to guess that?
I don't know.
How the hell am I supposed to guess that?
My phone was on silent because again, bad day. And I looked down and Cynthia was calling. I'm like, oh no, something must have happened terribly.
I was not expecting. I heard all of a sudden my Discord started bing, bing, bing. Like I started getting all kinds of tags in Discord, and then I immediately texted you. I'm like, where are you?
I know. But I told Jim as soon as Cynthia said the verdict is in, and I thought I thought this is my first thought was she knows that I've not had a great day and she's trying to play jokes. Hey Eric, I love you too. And
He's got jokes, huh?
yeah, he's got jokes. And then when I
He's
saw
got
they had
jokes over there.
I was like, I said, guilty the house.
Oh, it
I
has to
told
be.
him,
Yeah.
yep. I said if
And
this
they
quick,
say that too, that when a jury comes back quickly, usually not good for the defense. Usually,
ever. Mm-mm.
yeah.
And
Hey,
he
Eric,
did.
love you too, sweetheart.
He did. Look, I told Jim, and then they repeated it on the after clip show, because I told Jim, I said, he looks like he looks like he's gonna puke and pass out.
I'm surprised he didn't. I would have.
I felt bad for Buster.
He's going
Buster
for
was
the rest of his
crying.
days, right? Because he'll get
Yes.
30 for each, at least 30 or life for each.
He'll get
And
life.
then 5 more on top of that for the weapons
Each.
And not to mention whatever he's going to get found guilty of when the money stuff starts going to trial.
Really, Ash?
Never coming out. Never seen the light of day again. Bye-bye.
He's never
took him away in cuffs right there in front of every damn body. I couldn't believe it. I was like, usually they recess and then, you know, he goes away. But they said, nope, you are remanded into custody. Bye-bye. And just let him go off in cuffs. Bye-bye. Damn.
I messaged OJ and said, shh.
Message OJ and said, stop running your mouth, OJ.
Now you look stupid, dummy.
You look stupid. This should have been you.
By the way, his glove fit, and so did yours. Yeah, well, that's Ziggy. I fully expect what you just put in the chat to happen.
I think they do that automatically, right? Because Daryl Brooks, when he was found guilty, they did the same to him. He didn't ask to be put in that kind of a holding, but they put him under watch for that. So that must be a thing that authorities do.
Oh, I don't know, because you know the nerve. I know, Pussycat. I'm surprised because I was watching him closely because I thought, because of that guy that took that cyanide pill that time in court, I'm like, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if he just said that I'm ending it all.
Yeah.
And you know what's really gonna suck? And we shouldn't be laughing. Wow, Debbie wins at live. Emily D. Baker's winning at live. She had 50 in her live at times today. Can you imagine? But
yeah, her name is being talked about on regular like news stations, like Agenda Free News guy mentioned her. She is well known as someone who's been covering this. So good for her. That's awesome.
Yeah, yes, she's killing it. No pun intended. You was one of them. I didn't get to watch anything today. Right, Charlie, it is sad. I felt Buster was crying, trying to hide his tears, and I thought, you piece of shit, no good, nothing. You left that kid by himself.
And he had the nerve to say to him, it's okay. What's okay? There's nothing about this that's okay, man. What are you talking about? It's okay. As far as him doing that to himself, people are like, I saw someone in the chat just now, Pussycat said he's too selfish to do it. I think the other way. I think that he is too prideful to sit in jail. I think he will do that because he's absolutely will not face the consequences of what he's done.
And the after show said exactly what I said today. I mean, and I'm like, damn, I need a show. I mean, I got one, but y'all 110, y'all heard me say it, that he said if he had gotten found guilty of his financial crimes, he would be in a federal prison, probably practicing law. You know, he would have just been like, it would have been like, hey, y'all, you know, how is it? And I'm sure they're going to appeal, but I don't think he wants to go through that again.
What I was dying when and I understand that it's like, you know, they have to do it. But when the defense had the nerve to ask the judge to set aside the verdict, I did not laugh. Like, are you kidding?
I laughed.
I laughed. The judge was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing that today. No, not going to set aside any verdict. Sorry, buddy.
And the judge said, I feel like there's been plenty enough evidence shown to show his guilt. I was like, oh, swing.
The judge completely said that. He's like, you guys came to basically the same conclusion that that I came to, and that I was hoping you would come to that, because, there was more than enough evidence. His defense, I'm sorry, you guys, I fell asleep twice during the defense closing. I couldn't stay awake. He was boring me to tears. Absolutely fell asleep twice. I'm like, okay, rewind. What did I miss? Couldn't do it. Couldn't make it. Fell asleep. Yeah, Your Honor, pretty pleased. Totally. Yeah. Your Honor, pretty pleased. And you didn't see any of this evidence, and set aside the verdict just for good old time's sake. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that.
You know what? Good luck, Hell Starlight, because I'm reading a book now, and if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free. Oh, let me look up the name of it. Well, no, I shared it on Twitter. But they said that it was almost impossible to find any of this stuff for I haven't even checked Twitter. My DMs have blown up. Murdaugh, She Wrote is the name of it. A Tale of High Crimes and Love.
Yeah, people were calling him murderer or something like that. People got jokes now all of a sudden.
Yeah. Jim was human melatonin. And I mean,
is that the defense attorney? Because I fell asleep twice. I couldn't stay awake.
Yeah, he was the one that was talking me to that. I was waiting on him to just pull some stunt. Like you're gonna have to come up with a rhyme, like like Cochran did. You're gonna have to.
You must have quit something. Come up with something.
You need a rabbit. Come on, where's your rabbit? Pull it out of that.
Pull anything out of your ass. He got nothing. He had nothing.
And then in my Facebook group, which it's not mine, I don't own it, but in the group that I'm in, so somebody wrote, and this was before the verdict came in, because I haven't been on Facebook or anything since. But I agree, Debbie. Somebody's like, what are we going to do when this is over? I really love our group. And so we just start throwing out names. I'm like, Sarah Boone. Anybody want to do Sarah Boone?
You are not allowed to get anyone's phone number from that group, Randy. Do you hear me?
No, I won't, because
no phone numbers, no new friends. We have rules.
What's the funniest part of that group is they try to troll, and Facebook people, they don't even know. Like somebody will put up and say, "Oh, you're stupid. He's innocent." And I'm like, "Yeah, haha." I mean, their account will be named like Buster Moon or something stupid.
I'm surprised anyone thought he was innocent. Like the timeline, the only
Starlight, question you.
Well,
go ahead.
Sorry, Starlight, I love you, girl. The only question that I feel like the prosecution did not answer was motive. I still don't understand the motive, but they don't have to prove motive. They don't have to explain the motive. The timeline alone, the technology alone, sank that ship. Like I feel like lost on the technology alone. Walking around, all of the screen time, the back and forth, and then him being there on that Snapchat video just a few minutes before the murder.
Yeah,
absolutely no other evidence of anybody else coming or going. The dogs didn't alert, nothing at all. Like, yeah, I feel like that he was, in my opinion, guilty because of all of that. I don't understand the motive. I still don't understand the motive. But whatever, we don't have to understand the motive. Maybe he'll write a book that says, I didn't do it, but if I did, here's why. And he'll let us all know what the damn motive was, because I have no idea why he did this.
I love you, Marianne. I do. Look at Christy coming in. She said, "Jizzle me, Pete." So why am I shocked? Because Christy said, because today there were so many people, but I was one of those people. Now, I didn't think he would be found not guilty, but I thought it would either be guilty or a hung jury, and I was leaning more towards a hung jury. But this means, and me and Wendy texted each other this. This means when they went in first round, you know how they'll say, "All right, let's see where everybody stands." Vote. Yeah. Everybody said guilty.
So they're like, "Well, I mean, I guess that's it, right? Like, we can go back out." Like, what do we do now? I mean, I think they asked to see one piece of evidence. They asked to see the monitor for something, but pretty much, yeah, I would think first round voting, they all voted guilty, and they're done, man. They've been sitting there for 6 weeks.
6 weeks. They voted guilty, probably ordered a pizza, ate it right quick because they knew it'd be late when they got out, and boom, and
they knew already.
I thought so too, Charlie. I thought so. And I'm not a murderer, but I think he's completely selfish and was caught, and Paul was going to cost him a lot of money. Yeah, I think Paul was costing him a fortune, obviously $30 million.
Well, why Maggie then?
Look.
She was there, wrong place, wrong time?
No, because he lured her there. For your grandma.
All stories, all accounts. Although, that all the people that thought they knew him didn't know him at all. That was one thing that the prosecutor said that I completely hung on. He's like, nobody knows this man. All these people thought they knew him. Nobody knows him.
No. Still not convinced. Marianne.
What's holding you up, Marianne? I mean, what's holding you up? Like, what part do you feel like didn't convince you? Because the technology alone convinced me.
Right. The technology.
And all the lies, all the complete lies. I just lied because I thought, bless you, Ashley, you're snotting all over my keyboard. Like, do you mind, Animal? Thank you so much.
Once I lied, I just had to keep lying,
Well, but why did he? Okay, so that was the thing for me. Why did he lie about where he was during that time? That had nothing. Like, at what point during that police interview did he decide he was going to lie? And which part of that related to pills in his pocket? Not a damn thing. None of it.
Right. And the thing is he started lying on the 911 call. Then he lied to Officer Green. And so that was way before SLED started.
He had supposedly 19 seconds from the time he got to the property. He went and assessed the bodies, tried to take a pulse, do all this stuff, get back to his car and call 911. Bullshit. You're lying. 19 seconds. That's not possible.
My son didn't have a head, but I checked to see if he had a pulse anyway, just in case.
Right.
And then my wife
came out, like all this stuff that he said happened in that time. 19 seconds? That's ridiculous. Impossible.
Phone fell out, and I set it on his butt because, that's where a father would set his deceased son's phone.
Somebody else said this, and I totally understand what they're meaning, because how did he know if he had got there, saw the scene, and called, like he said, how did he know to say that they were shot? As far as they could have been bludgeoned. They could have been, jumped and beat up.
There's no way that you could walk up on a body that was done the way his son was done. Now, maybe Maggie, maybe you could tell she would, but he hadn't been there. He pulled up and he said, my son and wife have been shot badly.
Yes.
And he said,
he wouldn't have known that if he would just stumbled on the scene. No way.
No. Yeah, I think I said that today. I'm telling you, I've been hitting home runs in this case this whole time. And these people on CNN and shit are getting all the glory. And I'm like, I said that already. Y'all must have watched me. Y'all must be one of the 12 that show up to the true crime streams. For me, it was what he said about the threats against Paul. Red flag. Well, there was threats against Paul. There was, but here's the thing is he started talking about those threats as soon as, that's what he thought was going to get him off, was those threats. Was so many people hated his son. Yeah.
But all the lies, man. Him taking the stand. What do you think in retrospect? Good or bad decision?
Oh, terrible decision.
Terrible decision, right? Because he had to admit under oath that he lied and lied and lied and then lied some more and then lied some fucking more. He was a disaster up there. That's what your ego gets you, man.
Row and stanky leg. That's right. And Bubba, he was wearing a collar. I know that for sure. What'd y'all talk about for supper? I can't remember.
Right.
Yes. You don't remember the very last conversation?
all the things, and he pulled the whole Jodi Arias. I got foggy. I just don't remember what. No, bullshit. You killed them both, you monster. Why though?
Jerry?
I want to know why so bad. What the hell was his reason?
Yeah, we'll never know. Jerry, I'm going to tell you why he got Paul's phone out, in my opinion. More than likely, he didn't get Paul's phone out. It was probably in his hand like every other kid. And the reason that he set the phone where he did is because he probably didn't think anybody could get in his phone. That phone stayed locked and stayed locked. And there was a case, if you go back, where Apple refused to open a phone several years ago. They're like, no, they get their privacy. We're not going to open this phone, even for a case.
I thought that courts could subpoena Apple to open in criminal cases.
They can now, but I think he must have not got the memo, and they had to keep subpoenaing Apple, though. It took them a while. It took them a long while, and I don't think he banked on that. Also, he thought they couldn't get, even though he lied, and said, well, I knew they could get the OnStar data. No, you didn't. No. Hey, Mrs. M, they said that they couldn't get the OnStar data. And now look, they got it all. They got every bit of it.
Man, they got everything.
And the reason
car turned on, car turned off, door was open, door was shut, like insane to me, the amount of tracking. That the technology evidence is what sank him.
Yes.
And, that's absolutely what did him in. With all that technology evidence is what convinced me. There's no arguing with it. There's no arguing with it. And then he's just a big fat liar on top of that. And he expects anyone to believe what he says now. You're just a liar.
And think about
everything. Even shit you didn't even have to lie about, you lied about.
People can disagree. I mean, people can think he's innocent. And I'm fine with that, with people thinking he's innocent, because that makes for a great debate. Honest to God, it does. I love it. As long as it don't get heated, because it can get heated, but there's no way anybody would change my mind on this. But just think about this, y'all. Earlier in the day, him and Paul took that Snapchat video. If you haven't seen it, it's on my channel. That Snapchat video of the trees, and he was laughing at his dad. Dad can't plant a tree. He didn't plant the tree deep enough. And that's why it's blowing over like that. And he was laughing. They were laughing, having a good day. They sat down and ate supper. And then he killed them.
Blew them away. Not even a little bit. Just destroyed them. And why? I want to know why so bad.
All I can figure, the way, as many times, didn't they say he shot her 5 times? Correct? I think it's 5 times.
Don't know, honestly. I didn't watch the trial start to finish. There was days that I, missed lots of things. So I don't know.
Thanks, Starla. That's why I'm torn. Why? Well,
I knew. Yeah, why? But they don't have to. The prosecution does not have to prove why. They don't have to decide what the motive is.
No,
they don't. And when you take that out of it, I mean, that's the only question I have left is why. That question doesn't count.
I truly think that he did it because, hey, Emerald Girl, I don't know how he could do it. I don't know how. But I think he did it out of sheer ass desperation to throw people off of his money trail, all his lies and deception.
Why not just kill himself then? Just take himself out of the equation. He's the problem.
Right. Rose, but I don't know.
You don't want people finding your shit? Just take yourself out then. Not that I endorse that. I apologize. I have trigger warning to anybody, but I'm just saying, it makes no sense. Why hurt innocent people when you're the shithead?
Right. And then you're willing to die later. He was willing to die when he wanted Cousin Eddie to shoot him and kill him. What do you think taking the trip to Moselle helped the jury convict so quickly? I think it gave them a chance to see how close Maggie made it to her son, and because I'm sure that they said this is where he was. Hey, Nana L, where Paul was standing. this is where Maggie was found, and this right here would have had to have been where Alec was standing. And that probably right then, which they probably decided his guilt when they heard him 3 minutes before the murders on that video. I'd say that.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. And he lied to them about, about even being there, said he was up taking a nap or whatever. Absolute lie. The whole timeline did him in.
Yes, Audrey, I think so too. I think he thought that we're affluent enough that we're fine. But Paul, and then again, he may have done Paul in because he knew Paul was going to prison. Paul would have done some time. He probably wouldn't have done a lot of time if they had really thought about it, because kids like that don't, not because of money, but you go back and look at all these accidents where you see kids they don't do a lot of time for that.
He couldn't even give a good excuse as to why he lied. Exactly. Because of my addiction. I was paranoid. Bullshit. You're lying. You're just lying. You're just lying to lie. That's all you're a lying liar that lies. That's it.
Yes. And everything. And then like when he was okay, I believe he was an addict. But when it comes down to 1,000 milligrams a day, no flipping way. Who walked through the crime scene to show the angles of the shots, was a great expert. Yes.
Wouldn't he be unconscious on 1,000 milligrams a day?
For life.
Well, I mean, yes, that too. But I mean,
yeah. I don't think it's
tired, right? And drowsy.
Yeah, I don't. Well, they do kind of sometimes give you energy, but I don't think there's any way he was taking that much. Everybody's speculating, was he selling some on the side? Possibly. Yeah, there's no way he was taking that many. I don't know. Right, Rosebud? Because he loved being a Murdaugh. Let's face it. He just wiped out an entire generation's good name.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, everybody's going to be changing their last name from now on. Like nobody wants to be a Murdaugh now.
Yeah. Buster, he ain't even going to want to be called Buster anymore.
Nope. And can you blame him? His whole life. I mean, I don't even know what he's like. I'd love to know if he thinks that his dad is guilty, or if he thinks that this was, miscarriage of justice right now.
See, and that somebody was saying, they just had a feeling that, and see, here, that's the thing, Ziggy, is Paul would work. Buster's never worked. But there's family money.
Why is that? Help me understand the significance of that.
She said Buster's going to have to get a real job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'd move too. I'd get far away, change my name, everything.
Well, he works at a restaurant right now, trying to get back in law school because he plagiarized a paper.
Wow.
Hey, Truth Seeker. And he thought he was going to get away with that.
That's all we are in this family. Just cheaters and liars. I'm sad, man.
Yeah, Lucky Charm. I saw it. It's pretty good. The one from HBO was really good, and I think CNN has the HBO one on theirs now. It said Buster makes good money. Oh, good. Yeah. No. Buster's wife or fiance, she graduated law school and passed the bar. She's an attorney now.
Buster has a wife?
No, a girlfriend, fiance. And she's been by his side this whole trial. I felt bad for him. I mean, so somebody was saying, on this thing I was listening to, they said, I wonder if Buster really thinks he's innocent or if he's like, you're all I've got left and I still love you.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I would love to know what he has to say about all this.
Robin, I don't believe Buster's gay. I'm not gonna convict Buster of killing that kid and saying that he had an affair with that boy or slept with that kid when all that is small town gossip. And small town gossip will break up a marriage. You know, you can't listen to that bullshit. Yeah, I instantly when they because they kept a camera on Buster.
Yeah, they did. They kept showing him.
Right, Ziggy. If as soon as he took insurance out on me, I'd be like, "Oh hell no!" Yes, infidel lady, guilty, 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 guilty.
Yep.
Everything,
Everything, all guilty. Not even a little bit not guilty.
And then, and I forgot about this. So, because I was like, when the judge was talking about, just go ahead and sentence him, give him life, let's go, let's go. And I forgot about the victims, and they get to give impact statements tomorrow, and they're going to eat his ass alive. And they're expecting Buster to speak tomorrow.
Woo! Yeah, I want to hear that. I can't believe we're already like they didn't even like with Daryl Brooks' case. They had to okay, so we'll set a date for 2 weeks or something for victim impact. Like these people are ready to go tomorrow. That seemed really fast to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that's
got the impression that Buster is like his dad. I hope not. I think he knew. I think deep down Buster knows, but of course he don't want to think to say, yeah, my dad would kill my brother and my mom. Who was wrapping themselves in bubble wrap? That'd be Wendy.
I'm sorry. I'm unwrapping something. Actually, not wrapping.
Ah,
so sorry. All done now.
Gloria's family even believe her death was an accident. I think it was an accident. I think they're gonna prove that. Stephen Smith, I don't know. There's a chance maybe Buster was in the vehicle. I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever come out. What are they thinking right now, Carrot Top? I think they are stunned. I think they're probably feeling hatred, grief. I can't imagine. It sounds like someone is eating popcorn and ripping wet paper bags.
Well, close. I had it's raining here, and so all of my stuff was soaking wet, and I had to open it because it was going to get ruined. So
yeah,
real quick.
Yeah, it's here too. It's been raining all day.
No, it's been raining for days here.
Daryl Brooks piece, and I didn't watch. I just didn't watch them. I think accident too, but they're saying there's so much history of people dropping dead, minus Pawpaw and Maggie. But the way that they described the love that Paul had for Gloria, I just who would have thought that? But then you think, yeah, she was there from when he was a baby. And there's something else that people got to think about. His ex-girlfriend said that he was so happy that Gloria's family was going to get some money. Paul was happy. And that lie was about to come out too, that he got $4 million.
Yes. So many lies came out. I would, can you imagine being like a friend of the family or knowing him for 20 years or however long these people knew him and realizing that you didn't know this man at all and that he stole from you and lied to you for years and killed his family on top of everything? Like, just the shock's got to be crazy for some of these people.
Absolutely, Ziggy. And I can tell you, as say, whenever you're managing a place and somebody that you've worked with for say 3 years, you find out they're stealing, it rips your heart out. Like, you don't want to believe it.
Right.
back and scanned the camera and scanned it, hoping I didn't see what I saw, hoping I didn't know what I knew. So, and that's just somebody you worked with. You didn't really hang out after work or anything. So, no, I can't imagine. Please excuse me, but TM and Benny Keys. What, Luna?
What about TM and Benny Keys?
Are they in love?
Right. I wonder how many people realize that it could have been them, He could have done something to them, maybe.
Well, they're saying apparently Tiffers lost her marbles again. Oh, I'm shocked. We'll have to go catch up on
the marbles as it was.
I think they broke up. I didn't even know they were a thing, but I'm willing to buy tickets to that show.
Well, I didn't know they were even together.
And
they broke up? Well, great. So more DMs are going to drop then. That should be fun.
Oh, her channel is gone.
Really?
Let's see. Will people stand behind him for what it's worth? He'll get lots of honey bun money in the pokey. His family will absolutely keep his books full. Yeah. The Daybell, I don't know, somebody said, and I'm ready for her to get her ass handed to her too. Oh, bitch.
Who?
Lori Daybell. She killed her.
I don't know that case. I just heard the name, but I don't know the case.
Okay, so Netflix has a great documentary that will absolutely catch you up on the case. She killed her husband and kids.
Has she been found guilty yet?
Mm-mm.
When's the trial?
It's coming up.
Wow, that should be fun to watch.
Yeah, I think it'll be good because, she went cuckoo. Word on the Skank Street is TM sent BK nudies, probably included a dragon. Oh, yeah, ex-husband. What, were they divorced already, moderator? Yeah. I have to rewatch.
Please do not send people on this platform your nudes. I don't care how in love you are. Please don't do it. It never goes well, ever. It has never gone well in the history of going well, ever. Don't do it. You're going to be sorry if you do.
Yes.
And so are we, because then we're going to have to see them. Because it can't ever just be quiet. It has to be a whole thing.
Yes, Shamat, they were zombies. Yes. That's homophobic.
Yeah, that's homophobic. Shut up. I don't want to hear it.
I'm looking forward to that trial, and I don't know why, but I'm looking forward to the suitcase trial, the Sarah Boone, where she's like, we were playing hide and seek. And then they found her.
I have a couple of tabs open on Sarah Boone to listen to her interrogation.
Yes.
Was she drunk?
She seemed to be still drunk, in my opinion, when the cops showed up at her apartment. But she said that she wasn't. But she had been drunk the night before. And you know how if you pull a good drunk, you're like dying of thirst the next day. And she's like pleading with them for her Dr. Pepper and they won't let her have it. And then she starts putting her lips to the spigot on the side. The spigot on the side of the house. And I'm like, girl, I feel you. I've been there. I know.
I have never liked Dr. Pepper, ever.
I love Dr. Pepper. I drink
it once as a kid and was like, bleh, and then never liked it since.
It's my favorite, but it hurts me. It hurts my kidneys and my bladder. It hurts everything. Like my body hates me.
Soda's not good for your kidneys. Any kind of soda, especially dark colored soda.
Yes, the suitcase trial. But then they have her on video of him like saying, Sarah, let me out. She's like, this is what you get.
Oh dear. Little friendly hide and seek game, huh?
He's like, seriously, I can't breathe. She's like, yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
But I think he was abusive. So she's like, fuck you, man. I don't know. That poor, what a way to die. And then she's just playing it off the next day, like. And then instead of calling the cops, she called her ex-husband, and he's like, "I got here and I saw him in the suitcase." I'm like, are you gonna call 911? He's like, "I gotta pick our kid up from school. I don't know what's going on."
Oh my God.
And she's walking around. Anybody got a cigarette?
Okay, that's a whole mess. You're a mess, lady.
I shouldn't be laughing, but you must. I love Dr. Pepper, but I make a joke of everything. I have to laugh at this shitty ass world we live. We just saw a man that we knew for sure, pretty sure. Sorry, I don't want to take away from the people that think he's innocent, Starlight. That killed his son.
Do I need to remind you that you have this whole time been saying that he is not going to be found guilty? You have been saying that this whole time.
No. What I said was, I think it will get, it will be, shit. What I said,
that they're not going to be able to do it. They won't find.
I didn't think they would. I really didn't. No, thank you, Truth Seeker. We do need laughter. I said a hung jury or a guilty or a hung jury. I didn't think it would be a not guilty, but I really didn't think they had.
Right, Tammy B. She never said innocent, but she really you were nervous about the jury. You didn't have a lot of faith in the jury. Yeah.
I didn't. And then when they came back in 2.2 minutes, I'm like, yes.
Mm-hmm. I've never tried to get a hold of you so fast in my life. Like, where are you, Randy?
I had a rough day, man. Rough day. And
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Me too, Lavina. I was really surprised. It was like a 35-second deliberation. Seriously. Like, how? Obviously, they all agreed from the jump, and they're like, well, do we need to drag this out or can we go home? And they're like, let's go home. Fuck this. Let's go. I don't blame them. 6 weeks. That poor lady that got dismissed this morning with her dozen eggs, man. If she had just made it one more day, she could have been on the jury. But she had to go home with her eggs.
I know. And you know what? That poor lady, and good and damn well, she's going to end up on a show, and for the rest of her life, she's going to be the egg juror. That's what they're, the juror with the eggs.
Why do I have to walk out with her eggs? I can't forget my eggs.
So, do you have anything in there? I have a dozen eggs and a purse.
And no one has questions? Like, I have questions. Are they hard-boiled eggs? Are these for snacks? Are you giving them to someone? Do you have chickens? Like, help me.
Somebody on the jury had chickens, and she brought all the jurors eggs today. That's what she said. She said, somebody brought eggs. Yes.
He's like, forget you. I'm out of here. I don't know which one of you ratted me out, but I'm taking my eggs.
It's the 22nd. My birthday's the 22nd. And
know nothing about the eggs. Yeah, Jerry D. A juror got dismissed this morning because she got caught talking to somebody about the case.
3 people. She talked to 3 people, and somebody snitched her out.
Yeah, and she got ratted on, and so they had to have. Oh, I would have been scared. I would have been so scared. They had to have like closed door hearing with counsel. Oh, I'd be terrified. But anyway, then she got dismissed in front of every damn body today. Couldn't even do it privately. I do in front of everybody.
I know. Somebody there was like thousands of people in that chat room.
Oh my gosh, in front of everybody. Gosh,
somebody said not in front of everybody. No.
So embarrassing. Oh, that's terrible.
When she said eggs, the people were writing, eggs are expensive, not the eggs, not the eggs.
And then she took them. She's like, I'm taking my eggs.
I'm taking my eggs. Eggs are high. And I was just waiting.
You people.
I was just waiting for the judge at the end to be like, did anybody bring me eggs? Just something.
I have questions, man. I need people to answer the questions about the egg. What was the purpose of the eggs? Was this every day bringing eggs, or was this a one-time thing?
Was this the first time that they brought eggs? And
Yeah.
do you feel like eggs are a jinx now?
Yes. Are we not allowing eggs in the jury box from now on in the jury room?
It was funny when the judge asked her.
Were they hard-boiled eggs? Did they smell really bad? Can you imagine a big old room full of smelly eggs? That's why they kicked her out. Get her out of here with her stinky eggs.
We can agree on the verdict quick, please, because the eggs need to be in the fridge. So that's right. But you know, the truth is, farm fresh eggs don't have to be refrigerated.
I have heard that. Yeah, people leave them out on their counter and everything. Mm-hmm. That was funny. No walk of shame at all. I know it was a whole walk. It was a whole walk of shame. You're out. Yeah. Goodbye.
Bribery by
eggs. You were bad. You were a bad juror, and it was the last day. Man, she could have held on one more day. She would have been in there.
Yeah. I'm telling you, if I was a juror on that trial, I would write a book. I would write a book. Write a book, jurors. If you see this, write a book. You have intel that we don't have. Well, I don't know how much intel you have.
I don't know. I feel like we have intel they don't have. Like all the stuff that they get dismissed for, we get to hear.
That's very true. When they go back and watch it, they're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh!"
Right. Then, that's what I'm wondering. Like, how much of this are they gonna go watch on YouTube now that they're done? Because there's so much, you know, and stuff that they didn't get to see the attorneys, you know, argue on or whatever. I just I wonder, you know, how they feel about that. Like, do they feel out of the loop?
All right, Carrie. Good.
Like I said, I feel like we have intel that they don't, that they miss.
I guess you're right. But I mean, what would it be like? You know, they're sitting there falling asleep, catching the Rona.
Seriously, they weren't allowed to take notes. Why? I have so many questions. Why weren't they allowed to take notes? Every other trial I've ever seen, the jurors are allowed with their little notebook to jot down notes. This was 6 freaking weeks, 6 weeks of grueling, minuscule testimony. Just the minutest of details were gone over and over and over, and they weren't allowed to scratch down one note.
Yeah, and usually a juror does some really great. You going to bed, Ziggy? Oh no, Carrie's going to bed.
Night, Carrie.
Or she's going to watch Call Me Cat. You know, they usually do some great pictures. You know, they do some sketches of the people, and I'm like, how do all jurors know how to draw? Because I would have like a bunch of stick figures and a rainbow. That'd be my drawing.
Some of them were even falling asleep under blankets, dude.
Rod.
I have so many questions. What do you do when the juror is asleep under a blanket? Like, do you throw something at them to wake them up? What do you do?
Do you start whispering so you don't wake them up? You don't know what to do.
I hope they don't snore or drool because that's embarrassing.
Who was in the Google Meet? I won't. Well, never mind. We won't say their name, but somebody started snoring. Everybody yelled at me
to kick them. You have to.
Yeah,
you have to. It's just good manners.
Yes.
Just good manners.
It was on the panel that time. Lisa is up there snoring. I'm like, shh, everybody quit talking.
I'm like, get her off. Mute her, something. Poor, I got your backs, y'all. I got your backs.
She does. I don't. I'm gonna let you snore because I feel like y'all would let me snore.
No, I wouldn't. I would make sure that they got you off.
Yeah, I would get you off because people would clip it and make fun of you. Yeah.
See? That's what you do.
My thing is he showed no emotion when the guilty came out. He couldn't show emotion.
He must have known, especially when they came out for 5 minutes. He knew.
He knew. Yeah.
He's going down.
Yes. He looked like he was. I mean, I thought he's going to pass out. And you really, to see him stand up, he is really tall. He's taller than Jim.
He's very tall. Yeah, he's a very tall man. It's true. I couldn't believe that like I said it already, but that I'm still shook over them walking him out of the room in cuffs in front of everybody. I'm surprised the whole courtroom didn't erupt, but I think the judge told him ahead of time, like, don't say a word, no reaction, please.
Yeah. Yeah. You know? I was wondering if it was going to erupt
Like as he's being walked out the door, why they didn't throw shit at him or whatever, but they probably would have gotten him in trouble for that.
And when they were walking him to the van, I was like, Jim, shh, shh. Because I thought maybe he might grab a cop's gun or something. Because I'm telling you, he's going to do something crazy.
They showed the jury. I clipped it. I sent it to you. Did you see it? I mean, when they were walking him out, the court TV or Law Network or whatever, I wonder if they're going to have to delete that video because they panned through the jury once while he was walking and then back again after he left. We saw every juror. And they're not supposed to do that.
No, but they figure that this jury will be interviewed at the wazoo. And I'm thinking probably they'll be on some shows tonight. People are going to start offering them, hey, a little bit.
They will, but I just thought it was odd because as the judge, who obviously didn't know that they showed the jury just now, he's in there saying, and you're allowed at your option, to speak to people, or you can remain anonymous. I will protect you. And make sure that you're not. Meanwhile, the camera's like right over to them. Crazy.
Yeah. Law and Crime Network's like, no, we're going to get them on camera.
Yeah. Got him right there on camera.
Yeah. Luckily, their names were never released. They gave them numbers, which, I mean, they always give numbers, but but if they're going to have to be careful because if they come out and say, we thought he was guilty day one, that's going to lead to some lawsuits. That's going to give him another trial, I think. They're going to have to be careful what they say.
Could that come out on appeal? Like, could that, because, they automatically go to appeal, right? When you get a guilty verdict like this. So we know it's going to go to appeal. If a juror comes back and says, I thought he was guilty from week 2, but they're not allowed to talk about it or deliberate, but they can have thoughts. Thoughts aren't illegal.
Yeah, they can. Yeah. They're just be careful. Like, when I saw before the trial started, I watched a few documentaries and I knew then, you never know.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. You can't say that. But they probably interviewed them before they were chosen, right? And they probably asked, like, have you seen anything on this? Have you been following this in the news? Because that's usually what they ask the jurors when they are selected.
Yeah. Yeah, they have to ask them that.
Yeah, they ask them stuff like that. And are you willing to put anything aside and listen to just the facts in the case? And, obviously they all said yes.
But they did find blood and gun residue. They found it all inside that jacket. They found blood on his steering wheel. All 3 of their blood mixed together.
Which makes sense that's the part. He should have been covered in blood. That's the part I don't understand. If he went over and tended to the bodies, why was there not more blood on him? He obviously was trying to hide something.
Yeah. And that's why he hosed himself off. And then
what did he do with the clothes, do you think? Burn them?
So there is.
Are they going to exhume the dad and look for the guns and maybe the bloody clothes?
Probably not, but they might. They might.
With his dad too, don't you think? If he buried the guns with the dad, he probably buried his clothes there too.
But there is like a 20-mile river on that land.
So he threw them in the river?
There's rivers. There's that river. There's ponds.
Good night, Truth Seeker.
Not Truth Seeker. Thank you for coming by.
But those rivers and ponds let out somewhere. They didn't search all that? They would.
No, they did not search all that.
Why not?
I don't know, because the investigation sucked. They tarnished the crime.
They made so many mistakes in that investigation. Amazing they were able to convict him. Thank God for the technology evidence, because that's the only thing that did it. Nothing else worked. They had no motive. I barely understood how he could have done this, but the technology evidence to me was so convincing.
Shamat, they did find a little bit on his white shirt. I think, but just not enough.
Not what there should have been to me.
No,
I feel like there would have been more. If he really did, imagine if you found your family member like that, you would be covered in
Yes.
I know you would, because you go and you check them and you roll them over. You know, you're looking to see if there's any signs of life. Maybe not on the sun, but you know, I don't know.
Well, even look, look, that's your wife of how many years? That's your son of all his life. You hold them. You can't
Right?
let go.
Right. That's what I would be thinking. Like you would be covered. I would imagine you would be covered.
They sprayed
What
it
I
with that.
didn't understand was the uncle the next day went down and was cleaning the crime scene up. What the hell?
I think he was in shock.
But what are you doing? Like, how is that even okay? He said he got permission from them that you know, yeah, we don't need anything. Go ahead, go down there. Nothing's cleaned up. It looks exactly the way that it did the night before. Not even 24 hours. And he's over
Yep.
there cleaning stuff up. What the hell? That was insane to me. How in the world did that happen?
Yeah, I don't know. There's no way it was investigated that night. They would have had to put it off. It was raining. But do y'all think that the cops thought that night Alex did it?
I'm gonna guess no. That they believed his story, that it was probably 2 other people or whatever, you know, that was other people, even though there wasn't a stitch. I don't know. I don't know. Because when you, I, you know, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, because when I listen to them interviewing him and stuff, you know, they're not giving away what they think, obviously. But
Mm-hmm.
it didn't take them long before they had to say to him, "Look, I have to go where the evidence takes me, and right now you're it."
So here's what Officer Green on day one of the trial said. You know, when he was talking to him in the car the night that it happened, he said, "I saw no tears."
He
And
was
then
he was making sobbing noises. They were like
yeah,
putting their hand on his shoulder and everything to comfort him,
yeah. But I mean,
but
what else?
not
You
one
know,
tear.
not one tear. And and then what else made me think it was they quickly announced nobody needs to be afraid.
What?
Yeah,
Why would they announce that?
I don't know, but they told the town, you know, there's no that yes, there was 2 murders, no need to be afraid.
Oh, basically because they knew it was him and they got the guy in custody.
Either they knew it was him or it was just somebody that only one of those 2 did. I don't know what they were thinking, but that yeah, he had been a liar for a long time. He probably didn't have look, he probably thought everybody loved him and probably behind their back, they're like, "What a bougie bastard." Because you know, he even said that sunflower field, and they are. I can show y'all our not ours. We don't have a sunflower field. I would love to have one for the prettiness. But he said, you know, it's kind of a social thing to have a sunflower field for dove hunting and for social events. And people come to your sunflower field and they take pictures. They take wedding pictures. They take baby pictures. They do here. I don't know about probably not where you live in Nebraska, but
Yeah, we have lived different lives. That is true. Yes, I don't know anything about sunflowers being like a status thing or anything like that here.
yeah, here it's I mean, we have this one family that I swear to God, they make me want to puke. And she's always like, you know, the sunflowers are ready. I just want to swing by. We don't charge. Why would you charge?
Yeah, I don't know. They're very pretty though.
They're
Sunflowers are pretty.
beautiful. Oh gosh. I try to grow one every year. My nanny grew one time and she's like, everybody gets their measuring tapes to see how tall it would get. She staked it so it wouldn't fall over.
If they thought he did it that night, then why didn't the cops take him into custody that night? They probably didn't have all the evidence that they needed.
Right. And I
Like,
don't know if they thought that.
because once they arrest, he has a right to a speedy trial, and they knew they needed forensics on this shit. They couldn't, you know what I mean? So if he had gone in and pushed immediately for a trial, then that could have jeopardized their ability to get all the technology and forensic stuff that they needed.
Right.
Possibly.
But because while everybody thought Sled was doing nothing. They were doing their job. They were nailing his ass.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. I love they came prepared.
Yeah, I was really impressed with with the timeline stuff, and I'm so glad that he walked. See, I was contrary to the defendant's closing arguments. When the prosecutor was doing his closing, I was very interested. Like, he had me the whole time. He did a great job, I thought. The other guy put me straight to sleep twice. Poor guy. But anyway, I was so thankful that the prosecution was able to walk us through the timeline, like minute by minute by minute by minute, like perfect way to do that without giving too much information that you lose the jury, and then not enough information that they still have questions. Like, it was perfect amount as far as I'm concerned, my opinion. Perfect amount of information. I thought it was great. It was just so. And what can you say at the end of that? There's those are the facts. At the end of that, he's guilty.
When
we might never know why, but they don't have to prove why.
Right, Pammy B. I love growing sunflowers, but not to lure doves to their demise. I could never shoot a dove.
What the heck? Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Why would you shoot doves? I'm not a hunter. I don't understand hunting. I know that some people like it and they're very into it, and that's
I could.
I'm not a hunter. I would never be able to do that. I could barely let Scott cook a lobster for me. That was I had to go outside.
And I am about to put a hit out on some armadillos. I'm just saying, because they are doing what the pigs do. Like, armadillos here are like pigs in South Carolina.
So they like are through your stuff. What, do you have gardens and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you had a garden.
Yeah, but also, like, I'll just be walking to the mailbox and twist my ankle a little bit because that damn bastard dug a hole.
He's so cute.
They are cute.
Armadillos are cute. Minus the syphilis. But can't you catch like something from some armadillos? I think we had this conversation already.
Yeah, syphilis.
Yeah. Syphilis. Minus the syphilis. Creighton Waters was good, but some of his associates left me falling asleep. Yeah, he hated.
Yes.
God, he hated him. He absolutely did. Every time he was asking him questions, he would snarl something nasty at him. Like, he was so mad at him. He really
he would be like, I loved my family. He'd be like, yeah, you say that. Yeah,
right. Yes, stuff like that. He's like, yeah, you ain't telling that lie to anybody since you know what. So bad, Dad. He was so mad at him.
You know, since you changed your story again, in this news story where the 12-year-olds came and shot your family up, and normally the defense would be like, objection. No, not this defense. They're like, yeah, he's guilty. We know it.
Yeah, that's true.
I bet Alex was so many skid marks
of testimony they allowed, and we've talked about this too, that they just let him talk and talk and talk and talk, and I'm like, yes or no? The answer is yes or no. What the hell? Why are you giving me this whole diatribe about what? I don't even care. Like, shut up. I stopped caring like 35 seconds ago. Yes or no, please.
I liked it. They got into like a little back and forth for a minute, and he's like, just answer the question. And he's like, well, what was the question? I'm like, of course you got the question, because you went and you turned left, right, then you took a hook, then you done a U-turn, and now here we are, and you don't know where we're at because
we done forgot the question, man. Whose trial is this even? We don't even know where we are anymore. Yeah. It's been 3 days since I got my question out. Like, can you please just answer the question? And he's like, and he was so smarmy. He's like, I'll answer anything you ask me, Mr. Whatever, Mr. Waters or whatever his name is. Shut up, you smug bastard.
What I love, right? We might not know shit about shit, but we can get a chicken out of a dog's mouth now, and we can kill a hog. If any of us need to, we got this.
Yes. We know how to make sure our phone screen doesn't turn on if we need to make sure for something, you know.
Every iPhone user in America has now taken their phone vigorously
That testimony was the best testimony of the whole trial for me. I died. I was cracking up through the whole thing. The guy was like, so you just were in your office just throwing your phone around? Didn't scratch down one note, didn't record it, nothing? And then he goes, I want to have this whole witness's whatever testimony stricken from the record. He's not an expert. And the judge was like, well, he is an expert though. It's crazy, man. It's just crazy.
And that made me think of y'all know Meech. And I gotta have Meech back. We gotta be up here with Meech sometime because he's just a good time. Mm-hmm. But he used to work at Verizon. So, I could see Meech up there. I'm an expert because
right. He was an expert at coding. He was an expert at coding and all this other crap. None of that was neat. Shut up. We're not even talking about that. You stood in your office and threw your phone around, didn't scratch down one record or even record it. Shut up. Get out of here. Why are you wasting our time?
You should. Tammy B shook. I just kept shaking my phone. Like, yeah, he's right though. He's right. If you don't
you have to touch the screen. You have to touch the screen or put your face in front of it. Then it opens. If you just shake it or move it, it's not going anywhere.
Right.
You know how long that took me? 12 seconds. Like, why do I need this whole testimony of him in his office throwing his phone around? I can't. I
don't like deer sausage. I don't understand.
I had deer sausage. It was great. It was it's venison, right? Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
My friend hunted. Yes, my friend hunted. And they brought home a bunch of it and gave me some of it. And I thought it was delicious. But not enough for me to ever have it again. So I've only had it just that one.
You're weird. No, I can't eat anything. Yeah, anything wild like that. I just can't. Now I have been lied to and told that it was like a beef roast, and I've ate deer roast, not knowing the difference. But
does it taste different?
No, Nanny would smother it in like a shit ton of gravy. So no, I didn't really.
So it tasted like gravy. That's it.
Yeah, it tasted like.
Did you hear one of the guys? Was he testifying? Oh no! It was a video that I saw. Sorry, it was a van build. I'm into these van conversions and people who live in their vans and they make them into like a little tiny house, and some of them are really awesome. Well, this one guy, he made his, and there was a whole squirrel hide. Yes, the hide, like a bearskin rug. Well, this was a squirrel spread out on his kitchen cabinet, and he said that was a squirrel that he shot and ate and saved the skin. Sorry, I don't know why I thought of that just now, but I did.
So I'm going to take it that you never tied a squirrel tail to the back of your bicycle so you could fly down the road.
Never. What are you shooting and eating squirrels for? It's like 5 ounces of food. Why would
Papa loved squirrel and dumplings.
The squirrel doesn't blow all to hell? Like, what the? Is there any left after you shoot it?
Oh no, you have to use a small rifle.
I would think there'd be nothing left. A couple toenails. Yeah. That's it. That's all that's left at the end of that.
But and I know that people think it's so cruel, and I get it. I get if you're not a meat eater or you're a vegan, Samara, I'm sorry. But listen, the hogs, you have to kill them. They tear your stuff up. Armadillos, they tear your stuff up. Deer, I love a deer. I think they're beautiful. They kill people. Ask the family that, slammed into one going down the road,
they're overtaking. They will destroy your car. Yeah.
The population, you have to get the population down. You have to.
You use a pellet rifle. See, I don't even know what that is. I don't know what a pellet rifle is. I'm guessing small little bullets.
Yeah. But
squirrels are beautiful. How could you kill one?
I couldn't. I've never killed a squirrel. I've never killed a squirrel, but Papa's killed a bunch, and we would tie the tail. This is so. I tie the tail.
We don't want to tell this story. I'm telling you right now, you do not want to tell this story.
Taking it back.
Yeah, undo.
Squirrels, man, they'll get under your roof. They'll get in your roof and tear your attic up. It's crazy. The squirrels are. Damn. Like they're cute and all.
We don't have squirrels out here.
Jim loves frog legs. I cannot put them in my mouth. I've had it up there. And this is Jim. Randy, just go ahead. It tastes like chicken. I'm like, well, I'll just order chicken.
Then I'll just eat chicken nuggets right here. A little barbecue sauce, a little sweet and sour. Honey mustard, whatever. Yeah, you dip my frog leg in ranch.
Yeah. You had a frog leg. See, the frog legs they brought out looked just like frog legs. So, and this
well, how are you even supposed to reconcile that in your brain when you're picking it up and it actually like moves like a leg of a frog? Like, what the heck? How are you supposed to make your brain say, yes, that's okay, eat it?
This guy that went to school with my kids, and let me find him on here. He is in, I was so grossed out by this. He's in Peru, and he ate a guinea pig.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
It's a delicacy there.
In Peru?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And I'm going to send you the picture because this is about to freak you out.
I do not need to see dead cooked guinea pig. Please do not send me that.
Are you sure? Because it's a paw.
No. Why would I want to see that?
It's battered.
Okay, you sent it to me, you horrible monster. All right, let me see this thing.
Look at this little hand. How could never eat it?
God! Ready! Okay, we have to show everybody now, bitch.
Yeah. We saw it. Y'all have to see it.
Showed me. Look what this bitch made me look at.
No, it wasn't even on a stick.
No, it ain't on a stick. Look at this.
And then some people were in the comments. They're like,
if you don't want to see it.
They're kind of like, I feel bad because I used to. And even the guy, he said, I kind of feel bad because I used to have a guinea pig. Look at his little hand. Look
at his little garnish. There's a little garnish on it. Some corn over here. Look, get out of here. His little foot. Why didn't they take the foot off?
I don't know.
God bless him. A little salad, little onion.
And you know what he said? He was surrendering.
I give up. He's surrendering. Yes, I give up.
You're right, Pammy. You're right. It's battered and fried. Only works.
Horrible. That is terrible. You know whose foot looks about that good? Here, I'll show you, bitch. I'll show you whose foot looks like about that good.
Oh, that's our tomorrow night stream. That's our tomorrow night stream.
Oh,
for show. Yeah. Because tomorrow night we're going to cover.
We're going to have nothing to talk about tomorrow night.
I have some stuff because I want to cover Michelle. I want to cover. Katie said some pretty nutty stuff on her stream, and so I think. Okay.
Somebody sent this to me in the mail. Isn't it this Claudia necklace? Isn't it gorgeous?
Yes.
And it means friendship. The hands are friendship. Loyalty is the crown. And then love is the heart. That's what Claudia, it's a Claudia ring, or it's a necklace. And this, of course, is it Celtic knot or Celtic? I think it's Celtic, right?
Celtic.
But yeah, a Claudia symbol has been like my favorite for my life. I've always loved Claudia. And this is so beautiful. Somebody sent this to me as a gift. Thank you, my friend. Friendship, loyalty, love.
Wonder who it was.
Well, it doesn't matter who it was, but it was very sweet and thoughtful, and made me cry a little bit.
Aww.
Yeah,
I probably would eat that hand too, because you know what? The guy that ate this, I love him, and what he does is he works and he saves up all his money. And then he travels the world. I mean, he has been everywhere. And I'm so proud because of where he came from and where he's at. But, then there's no telling what he paid for this guinea pig.
Yeah, I need Katie's new channel because her channel got taken, right? So I don't even know what her new channel is.
I subscribe to, it's Cupcake something. And
yes. Yes, they cover her. That's right. I think I'm sub to them, so they keep up because I can't keep up with her.
Yeah. And I'm subscribed to this other channel that's covering like Negs and DC Media because they're on Rumble, and this channel pulls them over. And I'll share their channel because they need more subscribers. But and I want to talk a little bit about Ron using my videos. Fuck you, dude. So, we can cover stuff tomorrow night. We got
stuff to talk about tomorrow night. Well, then we can't stay on too much longer because I'm going to start talking. And
yeah, we don't want to talk about that. I'm just excited that I'm so glad that I was wrong. But like I said, when they came back this quick, I went into shock.
Yeah.
Really, Stitching Girl. But I looked at Jim and I said, guilty.
Yep. When they came back that fast, I think it's pretty common that when the jury comes back fast, that's bad for the defense.
Yes.
And I thought it has to be, right? I mean, it can't be that fast and not guilty. It can't be. But yeah, everybody, shout out to all the Discord people. Y'all tagged me, made sure that like the whole earthquake chain was ready in action. It was great. Everybody jumped. I got all kinds of messages, making sure that that we all.
Yeah, I got messages, and I couldn't get to them, and I couldn't be in Discord because I was really, really, really busy. But I took enough time out of my day to get the song "I Told You So" and stick it in Discord.
Oh, you did? The song that I sang when I came up here?
Yes.
Oh my God, that is funny.
I thought you saw it, and that's why you sang it.
No, I just came in singing it because I told you so. Like I told you, I always thought he would have been found guilty because and like I said, I didn't see all the trials, so maybe you had way more reason to doubt than me. Plus, you have that whole understanding of like good old Southern boys or whatever.
Yes.
Like, and I don't understand that. So maybe that's why I was a little blind to some of that or ignorant to some of that. So, but once I heard the technology evidence, I mean, that was it for me. And the fact that, supposedly 2 people came on this property and did this. There's not one footprint. There's not one tire track. There's not one piece of evidence showing any other person was there besides him.
Yeah.
To me, that's it. Yeah. There's no.
And
they have to come back guilty.
Yeah. So when he said this vigilante came and didn't bring a weapon, knew that you would have weapons and ammo,
right.
And I'm like, yes, I said that. Yes, pretty sure I could be a lawyer. Me and Nick Grace make a hell of a team. But yeah, that's what anybody. Oh, he will get life, and I can't wait till tomorrow's going to be good.
He's going to get 2 life. I hope 2 life sentences.
Oh yeah,
and then the weapons charge on top of that, and then whatever he goes down for the money stuff. I mean, that's it. He's gone forever. I would, Stitching Girl. I would love them. I'd love to see them sometime.
Oh yeah, Danny. And
if you ever want to show us?
Yes, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, I hope that Grandma and Papa T take the stand. I bet they don't, but I hope they do. Because what he wasn't thinking of is you took these boys' best friend away from them. You took this mom and dad, because Maggie's mom and dad are still alive. He took a sister, a daughter, a mom, an aunt. I mean, think about it.
I was gone. I couldn't hear you at all. I guess you couldn't hear me at all. Did you hear me say anything about Kimberly?
No.
Did you hear me tell Stitching Girl that I would love to see her crosses?
Yes.
Okay. So that's where we left off. Kimberly, I don't know if Kimberly has a store yet or not, if she has opened up a little Etsy shop, but she does great work with her macrame stuff. I'd love to show pictures of it. Maybe I'll get some pictures and stuff from her, and we can show some pictures. And
yeah, we definitely need to do a sale night. Sell her stuff. Show people her stuff. Maybe go over some warmers and all that stuff too, because I need to sell stuff. You need to start doing something.
Get some gifts or something.
Yeah.
I don't make anything. I don't think I make anything. I don't.
I am, Paige. I'm so glad.
There's Kimberly. Yeah, Kimberly, you need to send us some pictures and stuff, and we can show them so that people can buy from you. You need to set up a little store or something, girl.
I don't know, Charlie. I think that the judge said that tomorrow is they're going to do it. See, this is where Alec thought
tomorrow is sentencing, and they're doing victim impact tomorrow too. Like all these people are supposedly, I guess, ready to go.
Yeah, because he said I want to give them time, and they're like, "We're ready."
I know. He's like, can I go home and at least get some sleep for the night? No. Well, yeah, no, 9:30 tomorrow morning, Eastern, I guess, right?
Yeah, so 8:30 our time, which it takes 3 hours for it to start, so we got time to sleep in if we get to.
Yeah,
but I'm excited for these statements. I really am. I love the judge too. Thank you, Mike. I'm glad you're here.
The judge drove me crazy, though. There were a couple times where I was like, "Come on, judge, what are you doing?" Like when he told them, he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna take a break, let you two argue this out." I don't know why, but that bugs me. That bugs me. Did you see? Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Did you see the prosecutor tell during his closing? He mentioned the body language of Murdaugh when he was asked if he killed his wife, and his nodded his head yes. The thing that I came and said, remember?
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned that. He mentioned it. I thought that was great. I'm like, you clearly watch our channel. Clearly.
We're reaching the world and we don't even know it. Hey, y'all.
Leave a comment if you're from the world and we don't know you.
Nancy.
Nancy Grace.
We love you so much. My daughter named her horse after you. Timber did. She had a horse named Nancy.
The judge did have a very sweet energy. That is true. I don't hate the judge. He just bugged me when he didn't want to, like, I don't know. I just thought that was funny. I guess that one instant was funny. I'm going to go ahead, take a break, let you guys argue this out. Like, you're the judge. You're supposed to tell them which one is right. But I guess they'll just fight it out in the courtroom while you're on break.
She wishes, Biggie Ferg. She wishes. And you know what? More than likely, what we'll never know. He probably had to do a number 2 or a 3. And he's like, you know what? Fight it out. I got to go. Deuces.
You have absolutely no evidence for that whatsoever.
No, we can't prove it, but I'm thinking.
No, we cannot. Molly is Nancy Disgrace. She's terrible. Molly,
yes.
Shut up. Never speak on it again. Go away.
And I love the fact that she's over there sucking up to Ski Mask Andy.
Because she can't handle that Michelle gets more views than she does now? Is that what it is?
I think so. And all she's doing is getting him views. And
yes, his channel's like growing. Doesn't he have like how many thousands of people does he have now on that channel?
Oh, I have to look. I know he had a little celebration. He would claim chest pains or some type of sickness. He's gonna hurt himself. That's I don't know what I hope. If he does, he does. I mean, he's hurt.
He was sobbing through the autopsy photos and every kind of other picture that was shown. He was sobbing supposedly through all of that, but when he's being found guilty, he didn't even twitch.
I think he went into shock. Good and well. He thought he was fixing to go back and have, some beef sticks and noodles, and his day was done. And they're like, they're already back.
Damn. That couldn't have been good. The pit in his stomach, man.
And the rub's going to come in tomorrow when he comes dressed in his jailhouse get up instead of his suit.
They walked him out in front of everybody in cuffs, dude. I couldn't believe it. Like, we're not even cutting a commercial or nothing. The judge was like, take him away. I'm like, oh my gosh, he said it. Take him away. Oh my gosh.
Yes. And then tomorrow he'll be in the jail stuff. And then
all those people are going to come up and tell them what a piece of shit he is. And, how they never knew him. And I hope you rot for the rest of your days. Bye-bye.
And what I want him to do is for him to stand up and apologize for his actions. I know it's not going to happen, but
I don't even want to hear his apology. Shut up.
No. I wanted him to apologize and say, I did it because. One time, I want to hear a liar McLiarton say, I did it, and this is why I did it.
And, I may not like it, but justice was served, and I humbly accept my punishment, whatever it may be.
Yes, and thank you for not sending me to the guillotine.
Well, I hope you get your wish, Randy. I hope you get your wish, Randy. I hope you get it.
Yeah, he should be in a jumpsuit. Notice this whole trial, all of his suits have been just hanging off of him because they wanted to make him out to be the poor widower of the murdered family.
Yes, and they yes. Mm-hmm. The people that should be giving the victim impact statements are him. He should be giving, but he freaking did it. Nasty man.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron.
Good lady. The judge, I thought the judge was very nice too. He seemed pretty genuine, and I caught one instance that rubbed me a little bit weird, but he seemed like overall like a really nice guy.
And then we find out, that 2 weeks before the trial, he lost a child, and
the judge did.
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell me that. How sad.
Yeah.
Oh, bless him. Why did he do this case? Is he the one who came out of retirement to do this case, or no? Was that a different case?
I don't know. He's in his 70s.
Bless him. God bless him.
I hope so, Stitching Girl. I hope Buster comes up and says, yes, I believe my dad did this. I want something out of Buster, something. He showed emotion today, and you could tell that he doesn't like to show emotion.
They probably were raised not to.
Yeah.
Right? Pride. Yes. And jeez, what a disaster, man.
Well, obviously
family secrets too that are coming out.
Yeah. And the uncle, he's up there crying his, just bawling his eyes out. He's like, I loved him. I think the only honest witness they had was the brother, in my opinion.
Yes, seemed very genuine for sure. Way more genuine than Alec did.
Well, notice he went to law school, but he decided to sell Kubotas. And anybody that sells, like farm equipment, and anybody that sells farm equipment and stuff like that, I respect and love. Like that, you have to really have a passion for it to do that. And I think Paul took after him and not the lawyer side.
Yeah, but Paul was a punk. He spit on his girlfriend and slapped her
when he was 19. I'm not going to defend, that he was abusive, but
like every story I hear about Paul is a bad one.
And I argued a little bit in the Facebook group, not bad because I don't do that in the group, but I don't like the brush that they've been painted with because he did do that to his girlfriend. The Hey Mercedes girl, he was 19 years old.
Okay, it's a brand, Kubota. I see. Okay, Ziggy, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
he was a punk, though. He spit on his girlfriend and slapped her. And
19-year-old drunk punk. He had funneled 6 beers before they left. He had drank all day and all night long and then had shots of whiskey. I'm not defending for what he did because that probably wasn't the first time that he hit her or spit on her or called her names. He obviously, but then they said that he was ignored at home. They said Buster was the favorite. That they talked down to Paul. I mean, I don't think he was. I don't agree that Paul was a no good punk. I think Paul was a child, and that gets lost on these documentaries. He was a child. He got shot at 22 years old.
Hey, Mercedes, but 22 isn't a child.
But he was 19. He was 19 at the boat accident. 19 in man years is 12.
Yeah, so you're right. That's true.
Basically, you're pouring beer down a 12-year-old. And no, Paul was the baby. And then you see all these pictures of Alec and Paul's ex-girlfriend. He's got a funnel up to his mouth and she's pouring the beer down his throat. Like, why are you partying with kids?
Okay, so not only that, but Paul tried to say that his friend was driving the boat that killed his girlfriend. Who is Stephen Smith? I've heard that name. What is that? What happened in that? What's that story?
He's the little boy that was killed in the middle of the road, and they said that it was a hit and run when clearly he wasn't hit by a car. He was beat in the head. And they say
I feel like there's lots of stories like these mysterious deaths, like the housekeeper that just fell down the stairs and died. Like, it just seems bizarre. Very, like, I would not be surprised to find out that he was behind more than those 2 murders, honestly.
Right, CJ.
Because I just feel like there's so many.
Oh, I think there's a lot of
suspicious accidents, you know.
Well, here's what they said. They said, okay, on that podcast, the Surviving the Survivor. What I hate is they call themselves STS. You know, just
yes,
yeah,
that makes us twitchy.
Yeah,
his shoes are still on his feet. Yes, and usually when a hit and run, you're usually knocked out of your shoes, which the physics of that still make no sense to me. But yeah, usually you are knocked right out of your shoes.
Yes, and you fly up.
Very suspicious.
Mm-hmm. And you fly up in the air. And that I know from, that's how my nanny lost her son.
Stephen Smith was a 17-year-old that was rumored that Buster and he were having an affair.
Yes. But that's just a small town rumor. Again, these documentaries are making these boys look like monsters when, their friends get on the stand or their family get up there and they're like, yeah.
That's why I didn't watch any of the stuff beforehand. I really just didn't want it to, as I know me, and it would have influenced me. Like I could go back and watch it now, but I didn't want to watch it during the trial because I know me, and it would have completely influenced me.
You say they made him what he was, Bama Missy, but we don't know him. Like, we know the bad side. We've only heard the bad side of him, but then you hear the good side. There's good and bad in not everybody, but most people. And I just feel like when someone passes away, do you really need to? Okay, if I was his girlfriend, she's got to live out her trauma. So I think that she needs to talk about the abuse she suffered at his hands. Absolutely.
Yeah, these people need therapy. Like, I would, if Buster's not in therapy yet, he really should be by now. Like, he needs to go to therapy yesterday, for all this stuff that he's been, having to deal with. And probably the girlfriend too, and everybody involved in this, man. And as far as somebody asked about the money, like who's going to pay back all the money that he owes or whatever, I don't know if you can. Oh, the law firm. Do they have insurance to cover that?
No, well, I don't know what kind of insurance they had that would cover it. That guy that was on the stand where he was doing the back and forth with with Alex's attorney. He's like, didn't you have to take money out of your pocket and pay it back? And he did.
Millions, he said. And the guy was like, are you mad or not? He's like, no, I've found peace with it. I'm not mad. Well, bullshit. Yes, you are. How could you not be mad? Of course you're mad.
Yeah, he ain't like me, because I'd have been like, not only did he steal millions, but he told me he did it. Bye, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm a petty bitch. You make me spend millions of my money. Not that I'll ever have it. Yeah, the Satterfields got paid back, and that came out of their pockets. Think about that.
Yeah. They still don't know how many people are owed money. I mean, right? It'd probably take them years to unwind that knot.
Yeah, because it goes back
to who owes what and how much and when and blah, blah, blah. Like, I can't even. Alex himself probably doesn't even know anymore.
And here's what, y'all. Okay, if he was found innocent, I'm about to wow y'all's socks. If he was found innocent today and he went to federal prison, he would have been entitled to Maggie's estate and lived a high life in prison.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But now he's not going to have access to that estate because he's responsible for her death?
Right. He can't benefit off his crime, so...
Right. Yeah. They are going to throw him in the hole and throw the key away. Honestly, he is never coming out.
And something else they said he don't know this, or he hadn't thought it through, but they have TVs in prison. and they hate wife murderers. Of course, they hate child murderers. Someone that kills their own child, no matter the age. I mean, he's in for. Plus, he's going to come in there.
Do you think it's possible? Not that it matters. You're right, D-Rod. 100%. God will be his final judge. I wouldn't want to be a fly on that wall either when that conversation happens. But do you think, out of at least some mercy, there's a chance he shot his wife first? Because either his wife watched her son die or the son watched his mom die.
They are saying that the way that she was running towards her son, that the son was shot first.
My God.
So she had to watch him shoot her son. That's why she was running towards him. And you think about that.
And then realize that she was next.
Yeah. And still no defensive wounds. Still, she didn't throw her. Yeah, Paul died first. Didn't throw her hands up. Didn't anything. And he shot her 5 times. Why not? Because they said that the blackout gun, it had a scope. It had the red dot. He wouldn't have to do that.
Jesus.
Unless he just didn't have time to aim. I don't know.
I wish that we would get answers to some of this stuff, and I know we probably never will, but
I hate that
maybe one day he'll do some kind of documentary and tell everybody. I don't know. That'd be
that, or maybe, because usually what happens is they run their mouth.
He'll tell someone in prison, and they'll come out and spill the beans.
They'll write a book, because that's what well, Aileen Wuornos didn't write a book, but her best friend Dawn put out letters from Eileen. I've read that front to back probably 4 times, where she would write letters. So, I wonder if we could write him.
Oh my God. Take a link, Alec.
Take a link.
We're going to send you a StreamYard link. Just click it.
Yeah.
They always write a book,
Because so now in jail, on TikTok in jail, do y'all know they sneak phones? I don't know how they do it. I don't know. But there are people in jail doing TikToks.
Josh, what's his name? Duggar had a phone recently confiscated.
Really?
He was caught with a phone recently. Yep. And they're trying to figure out how he got it. Like, did it come in? Because his wife brings their 7 children to visit him in jail. And because, she's standing by her man, which is just, that's the saddest story ever to me. But anyway, she doesn't, obviously he's not divorcing him. So she brings their 7 kids. And he gets to have the kids and hold the kids or whatever. And somebody's thinking maybe they slipped the phone in one of the kids' diapers or whatever. And he was able to get it that way. They don't know. Obviously they don't know. That's all, speculation, but.
I mean, there was this one where they were dressing up for Halloween, and I'm like, why am I watching this? And I never click on it. So my username, and I don't get on TikTok that much anymore. I used to just, every night I would see what Red Mama Twins was up to. And now I don't even know what she's doing. I'm going to have to catch up with her.
The guards and jailers bring in contraband too. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah.
Especially for what he's in jail for, or prison, or whatever he's in.
Right, infidel.
The last thing he should have access to is internet.
Ever.
So that's,
he'll be betting on horses and shit. I don't trust him.
Yeah, he's a bad guy. He's a really bad guy. But he's another one though whose family failed him big time, because he did things in his younger years that he didn't get any kind of therapy for, or any kind of treatment. He went to a ranch and dug a hole and did that kind of treatment, but nothing ever. I don't know, not that there's a whole lot of treatment that you can get for that, sadly. But even so, he never got any therapy. He never really got any treatment. They just deny that it's even a real thing. And then now he's in jail forever, for the next, 13 years or something.
All right, y'all. It's time to go. We'll be back tomorrow night. Thanks for coming up. Y'all, what a great day to be alive. What a great day.
Yeah, it's a good day.
Yes.
He did things with his sisters. He did, Danny. He did. He should have gotten. They all should have gotten therapy for that. Even the girls didn't get therapy for that. You know, they just brush it under the rug and dig a hole and think that that's going to somehow fix it, and it just sadly doesn't. So,
thank you. Miss you too. Thank you. Are you ready?
Yep. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Yes, thank y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Tune in tomorrow. Y'all know it's going to be good. Woo! Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.